Hello everyone and welcome to Machine Learning and AI Tutorials. In this tutorial, we explain how to correctly install Qwen-Image on a local computer. For those of you who are not familiar with Qwen-Image, this model belongs to the class of text-to-image models, and competitors in this space are GPT-Image, Flux-1, Flux-1 Dev, etc. That is, this model can convert a text prompt to an image. In this video tutorial, I will thoroughly explain all the steps that you need to perform. First of all, you will need to install NVIDIA-CUDA compilers, then you will need to create a Python virtual environment, then after that you will need to install a proper version of PyTorch, then you will need to install diffusers, accelerate, transformers, and some other libraries. And finally, I will explain how to optimize the code such that you can run the code on your computer. In this video tutorial, I'm using NVIDIA 3090 GPU, which has around 24 gigabytes of VRAM. And I was able to generate images whose sizes are, for example, 500 by 500 pixels or 600 by 600 pixels. I was not able to generate larger images or images with higher resolutions, mainly because this code over here, which is a test code, reports that NVIDIA-CUDA compiler runs out of the memory. Consequently, you will need probably a GPU which has more gigabytes of VRAM, such as, for example, 5090 or something even more powerful. However, still you can generate images with relatively medium resolution on GPU which has 24 gigabytes of VRAM. Over here, you can see the web page which represents the Hugging Face repository of this model. And if you go down in the quick start section, you will see that you can run this model by just running this. However, this is not the case. You will need to perform a number of steps before you can actually run the model like this. Also, over here you can see a test code. However, if you have a GPU with lower gigabyte of VRAM, you will need to modify this test code, and I will explain this later on. Okay, so let's start. The first step is to download and to install NVIDIA-CUDA compilers such that you can install PyTorch. The first step is to install NVIDIA-CUDA compilers. For that purpose, you will need NVIDIA-CUDA Toolkit. Consequently, open Google and search for NVIDIA-CUDA Toolkit. However, search for the version which is 12.6. Click here on Downloads, select your operating system, it's Windows. Here's the architecture. Make sure that you select, for example, 11, and over here you have two options. You can either go with the local executable, something like that, or you can go with this option over the network. My suggestion is to go with this local executable, download, and just follow the steps over here. And finally, you might go over the steps given over here, additional steps, which will tell you some additional steps that you can perform. If you want to see a video tutorial that thoroughly explains the steps, then go to my YouTube channel and search for Install NVIDIA-CUDA Toolkit or NVIDIA-CUDA compilers on a Windows machine. And there are several video tutorials explaining all the steps you need to perform. However, this is pretty much straightforward. Once you install NVIDIA-CUDA compilers, let's click over here and search for command prompt. Open the command prompt, and over here in the command prompt, run this nvcc version, and you should see your current NVIDIA-CUDA compiler version. In my case, you can see it's 12.4. However, in your case, you'll see 12.6. Next, let's make sure that you have Python on your system. Simply type this Python version and you should see the Python version on your system. If you don't have Python, then search for install Python and go to the official web page, download the Python executable, and it's really straightforward to install Python. The next step is to create a workspace folder and to create a Python virtual environment. To do that, let's go to the C drive and let's create a new folder called test image. Let's navigate to the test image folder, and inside of this test image folder, let's create a Python virtual environment. For that purpose, you need to execute this command, python-m venv environment1 And after you do that, you need to activate that environment. The activation of the environment is really straightforward. You simply need to copy, or basically to execute, this file called activate.bat, which is located in environment1 scripts folder, and do that. Now you're in the Python virtual environment. The first step after doing that is to install PyTorch, and you need to install a PyTorch with GPU support. So let's learn how to do that. To install PyTorch, simply Google PyTorch install locally, or you can directly go to this web page over here. This web page provides this nice selection table where you can select your operating system, in my case Windows, package is pip, let's go with Python of course, and here select CUDA 12.6, and here the command will be generated. So copy this command, go back to your command prompt and execute this command. And this should install PyTorch. In my case, since I'm often installing PyTorch, the PyTorch is, I think, no, it's not actually. Yeah, but usually if you're installing PyTorch, PyTorch should be cached on your system such that you can actually install it much quicker. However, in this case, as you can see, it's being downloaded. So let's wait until the download process is completed, and then after that, PyTorch will be installed. So let's be patient. After installing PyTorch, let's install two additional libraries. First of all, let's install Accelerate. Pip install. And after that, we need to install Transformers, just in case. This is the command we need to execute for Transformers. And then after that, let's go to the Hugging Face repository of this software and let's copy and paste this command. This command will actually install the diffusers library which is necessary for running this code. However, let's wait until transformers are being installed. So paste this command and this should install the diffusers library. Okay, here also you need to be patient since it's going to take a while to install everything. You can see that we are actually installing the build dependencies, building wheel for diffusers, etc. This might take a while depending on how fast is your computer and how fast is your internet connection. Meanwhile, you can start inspecting this code. This is the code that we will execute. However, I will have to modify this code such that I can execute it on my computer. Okay, we are ready to go. Okay, so let's copy the code over here from the website. Let's open Visual Studio Code or your favorite Python editor. By the way, if you want to learn how to install Visual Studio Code, then go to the YouTube page and search for Install Visual Studio Code on Windows. On my video YouTube page, there are a number of tutorials. So let's create a file, and I'll call this file test.py. And for some reason, I have to confirm the name over here, and here it is. Good. So I will paste this code. So let's do several modifications. First of all, I usually like to do this after importing Torch. That is, I like to basically empty the cache, that is to free some memory. Then over here, I don't need Chinese prompt, so I will erase this. And then over here, I will erase the prompt that they want to generate, and then I will say something like this: a Roman soldier with a sword. Okay, that's it. Good. Then here you can specify negative prompt if you want. Okay, and then here they give you an aspect ratio. However, there is an issue over here I realized in the code. The issue is that these numbers have to be powers of 2, and some of these numbers are not. Consequently, keep in mind these type of things. Over here, they set the weight and height based on this aspect ratio. However, I'm not going to use this, so I would simply comment this. And over here, I'm going to manually set the width and height. I will go with 256 and 256 initially. Then over here, I will reduce the inference steps. In this way, I'm going to sacrifice the quality. However, I will make sure that this code can be executed. and this is very important. That is, the main message over here is to start with lower resolution, and after you start with the lower resolution, then make sure that the code is running, and then slowly, that is, then gradually increase the resolution until the code can be executed. When you run out of the memory, you know that these are the limits. In my case, 512 works fine, even higher resolution. However, you might have to decrease inference steps. Okay, and finally the file will be saved as example.png. So let's save this, and then let's go over here in the command prompt and let's make sure that the file is here and simply type python test.py to run the file. The first time you run this program, you will see that model files are being downloaded. That is, you will have to download around, I think, maybe 20-30 gigabytes of model files, and this might take a while, and you need to be patient. Consequently, first time you execute the code, be patient. Maybe it will take even half an hour to download the model weights, and the second time you're running this, as I'm doing, then you will be able to directly load the model from your local computer. Why you don't see the download process over here is that I have previously in a separate virtual environment downloaded everything, and these files are actually not stored in a particular Python virtual environment, since the Hugging Face somehow maintains a cache on your system. That is, there is a folder that caches all the models. So these models are somewhere in some of the cache folders of the Hugging Face on your local computer, and then they're being loaded. Okay, so let's be patient over here and let's wait. And after some time, the image is being generated. Here's my Roman soldier with the sword. You can see that this is a nice image. However, the resolution can be improved, and you can actually increase the DPIs. That is over here. You can, for example, go with 512 by 512 or something similar. However, this is just initial test and it works. It looks good, to be honest. I don't see any hallucinations. I don't see any additional artifacts over here. Another thing that you can adjust is the number of inference steps. You can go with 40, 60 or something like that. The default value is 50. Okay, that's all for today, and thanks for watching.